In today's video, I'm going to quickly show you how to fix this annoying problem of having your iPhone stuck in here on the screen which says unable to activate eSIM, you can try again or contact your carrier for assistance. Do not worry, I'm going to show you all the possible solutions as well as the causes for this annoying problem and how you can actually fix it. My name is Shaq, and in this channel I do cover a lot of tech hacks and tutorials, so if you're into tech content, consider subscribing here to the YouTube channel. Now, in most cases, this is probably because your eSIM is still linked to an old iPhone or phone, okay? So let's say that you're trying to set up an eSIM that was on your previous device and you wish to transfer it to this one, or you simply want to activate it on a different iPhone or phone device. Now, the thing is, your eSIM needs to be on one device only, activated and at the moment connected to the network, right? To your carrier. So you may be facing this issue because you may be having your eSIM activated still on the previous device, but I'm going to show you all the possible solutions if that's not the case. So double check before on your previous device which had your eSIM if it has been successfully deleted from that device, okay? So once you've completely ruled out the possibility of your old phone still being linked to your eSIM, we're gonna move into the next step where I would recommend you to perform a network reset here on your iPhone device, which is where you're trying to set up that eSIM. So you wanna hop into settings real quick. Next up, you wanna scroll down all the way to general, tap on general, and next up you want to scroll down all the way here to a section which says transfer or reset iPhone. We're gonna hop into transfer or reset iPhone. Next up we'll tap on reset, and then the second option which says reset network settings. Now do not worry, this doesn't delete any sort of data or important information. It just resets all the configurations you had related to your network. For example, how you turn on Bluetooth, how you turn on Wi-Fi, how you set up your cellular consumption preference, and for example information related to your Wi-Fi passwords and stuff like that. That will be deleted essentially, okay? But it's nothing to worry about. It's not like your personal information. So tap on network reset real quick, and then you're gonna type in your passcode and your network will be reset, and then you want to give it a try in here one more time, setting it up. Now, if the problem persists, I want you to give a look on your old iPhone or phone by simply hopping into settings, scrolling down, and then tapping on cellular right here. Next up, you'll be able to see all SIMs here linked to your iPhone device. For example, I'm gonna hop into this one right here, and it's an eSIM, right? So what you're gonna do is simply scroll down, tap on delete eSIM right here. It's very important for you to remove completely and delete that SIM from your previous iPhone device. So once you've done that, you can now try one more time reconfiguring it into the new iPhone device. Now, before you do that, I would recommend you to force restart your iPhone because you've tried several times. So it's important, after deleting the eSIM from the old iPhone device, you want to perform a forced restart. So a forced restart essentially is as if you're restarting your iPhone by disconnecting the battery and then reconnect. But it's from the software side, so you do not need to physically open your iPhone device, and this fixes a lot of bugs and glitches in here on your iPhone device. Now, in order to perform a forced restart, if you do have an iPhone 8 or later models, for example, an iPhone X, 11, 12, all the way to iPhone 17, you're gonna perform the following. You're gonna rapidly tap on volume up and then down and then press and hold the power button continuously. You do not wanna let go of that power button for approximately 6 to 8 seconds. Keep on pressing that power button until you see the Apple logo on your screen. So once you see the Apple logo, you're gonna release the power button and let your iPhone turn on normally. That's exactly how you do it. Now, this will fix a lot of glitches and bugs, errors on your iPhone device. So I do recommend even doing a forced restart every 10 to 15 days just to ensure that your phone runs smoothly. Okay. Now, if you do have an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus, in order for you to perform a forced restart, the process is slightly different. In that case, you would need to press and hold the volume down along with the power button. Press and hold both of the buttons combination for approximately 6 to 7 seconds until you see the Apple logo, and then you're gonna let it go. Now, if you do have a much older iPhone with a physical home button in here, in order for you to perform a forced restart, all you need to do is press and hold that physical home button along with the power button here here at the side. Press and hold both of the buttons combination for 6 to 7 seconds until you see the Apple logo, and then you're gonna let it go to turn it back on. Now, please note that in much older iPhone devices, pretty old devices, may have the power button located here at the top. So if that's the case, you would need to press and hold that physical home button along with the power button here at the top. Press and hold for 6 to 7 seconds until you see the Apple logo on your screen. Now, if none of these steps actually helped you, you're gonna contact your carrier, okay? You wanna contact your carrier, reach out to them and let them know that you're trying to actually scan your QR code to set up your eSIM, but you're having trouble, okay? Now, we do have a lot of ways on how we can set up our eSIM. For example, let me hop into cellular. Let me quickly scroll down. And then we do have the add eSIM option in here, which is the option I think you're going with, okay? So we do have in here, for example, transfer from a nearby iPhone, use QR code, which I believe is the one you're actually using at the moment, transfer from Android, and then view travel options. If you're trying to transfer from a different device, give it a try here on transfer to transfer instead of setting it up from scratch. Now, if you're having trouble setting it up from scratch in here by using that specific QR code, then I would recommend you to contact your carrier to see if they can give you an alternate way to set it up. For example, we do have the QR code, which is the most easiest way, but you can also tap on other options and they can give you manually some information that you can actually use in here. For example, they can give you a few information that you can manually enter in here, and they're going to give you all the steps on how you can configure it into your iPhone device. Now, in order to find your carrier contact support, that's super easy. For example, if it's AT&T, okay, you can go with google.com and search for something like AT&T carrier and then customer support. Okay, so you can search for something like this, and then you're gonna get the contact right there, and then you can now call them and expose your situation. If it's Verizon, AT&T, or any other carrier, they're gonna be able to help you out by fixing this annoying issue on your iPhone device. Now, please be aware that they may ask you a few personal information like your email and stuff like that, and that's data that identifies your phone that you can actually find here within settings under general and under about. Here you do have a lot of information, such as, for example, your email, your iPhone version, and stuff like that. So if they ask you, just be ready to hop into this screen in order to provide them with that information so they can help you fixing the problem. I hope this video really helped you out, and if you find my content useful, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and like the video. I would like to deeply thank all of you guys for supporting the YouTube channel Fixed by Shaq, where my main aim in here is to help all of you guys fixing tech-related issues without spending money, without paying for a technician to a local engineer or anything like that, because in most cases you can actually fix all these issues or most commonly faced issues by your own at your home. Okay, so my aim is to help you guys with tech related content. Thank you for supporting. We've just hit 50,000 subscribers, and all this wouldn't be possible without your support in here. By subscribing, by liking, you actually keep me going, and this really helps me out so I can reach out to more people and consequently help more people facing the same problem as yours. My aim in here is to grow the channel as much as I can so I can reach out to more people, and of course, as I've just said, help out more people here with tech related issues. But of course, it's not easy to do it alone. This is a community. I want you guys to stay here with me, interacting in the comment section within the community tab as well, by visiting the community in here so we can actually interact every single day. And if you have any doubt or any question by any means, feel free to leave it down in the comment section so I can actually reply to you as soon as possible. I really appreciate your help, and I hope we can actually reach 200k subscribers real soon. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.